What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. First video ever on my first YouTube channel ever that I'll create to post reviews. Should you guys give me feedback on improvements and should you guys like the content I do plan on bringing to you folks, be it weekly, be it twice a week, whatever the case may be. Anyhow, today's review is going to be about my very own 2023-2024 model year Honda Accord Touring Hybrid. Took delivery on this thing about 3-ish weeks ago. Spent enough time for it to bring a review after experiencing it for that long of time. I'm a graduate of a 2016 Honda Accord EX. I still own that car. Single-handedly put 90,000 on it, was looking for another daily driver with a little more upgrades than my outgoing Accord. Decided to go with another Accord. You buy Accord for reliability, you buy Accord for the stuff you're getting for the price, and you buy Accord for longevity. 8 years with the old one. Do plan on keeping this for another 8 years. Knock on wood, should everything go well. You're looking at a white paint, which is one of the 3 premium paints you pay extra for, $455 in the US states, and then could probably differ for the Canadian market. Let's talk about the front. All trim levels, LX, EX, Sport, Sport L, and the Touring pretty much look very same on the outside when it comes to the front. In fact, the entire thing, and I'll point out a few differences here and there. Starting with the difference that you see on the Touring versus non-Touring, we're gonna go bottom up. Down below, you see this skirt thingy lip, more like, is gloss. Touring is the only model that gets you that gloss. Everything else that you see above those 3 grills there, that's matte, and then where the Honda emblem sits, which is where your Honda Sensing houses, that's gloss also. All trim levels get full LED lights with daytime running lights, which will be white, of course, and then you get the LED typical headlights in your high beam there. My vents are black gloss simply because I added the accessory of mirror caps being black from the body color, so it gave me this as well. Should you add that accessory on any trim level, that's exactly what you're gonna get. On the non-touring models, you get vents that are already black, but matte, not gloss. If you add the body mirrors there in black, you will get the gloss black there. This is a Touring, which is why you see the parking sensors. Nothing crazy there. Hood is super long. Like, the car itself is long. It falls under midsize, but it truly can qualify for full size now that we don't have too many full size sedans out in the market. An ever so booming SUV market, especially here in the US. Around the side, I like the styling. It is very different than my outgoing model. If you debadge the cars and put them side by side, you will not be able to tell they both are Accords. Here, in the back, obviously anything you really see that's blacked out or anything black on the body outside of the bumper lips there, I added that as an accessory. So we're talking about the decklit spoiler there. I added that as an accessory. You can add that on any trim level. The only ones that you get in stock would be the Sport and the Sport L. You could choose to add the decklit in black or the body color. I also blacked out the Honda emblem. I also blacked out the Accord badging. Of course, paid Honda to do that for. Left the Touring and Hybrid badge as is. Honda doesn't offer blacking out of those. Where I got my tints done, they were asking $200 a badge. Not worth it. Coming down below, parking sensors is the only differentiating factor there, along with the gloss lip. All the other trims will get a matte lip there. I like the back. I have no complaints. It looks nice, it looks clean, it looks fastbacky style, but again, you're not buying an Accord to look sporty or to floor the car. You're buying an Accord for its reliability, and that's still giving you a decent tech for under $50,000 if you go for a Touring. And when I say under 50, I mean MSRP, taxes, and accessories if you add on anything. My reason of going with the Touring and making it look like a Sport L or a Sport with the accessories is simply because I wanted what it's offering on the inside, such as ventilated seats, such as, whatchamacallit. Now you can kind of see that there's not much going on in my mind with the options I got, but we'll go into it as we go in. Another differentiating factor, the lights. If the car is debadged, you can tell which one's touring versus all the other trim levels, because the touring model is the only trim that has the indicators running from edge all the way here. Otherwise, you will get them cut off here. So it will just be the portion that's connected to the body, not on the tail of the trunk, or not on the tail in general. We can start with the trunk, and when it comes to what the space is about, one thing I want to mention is I had the window sills be blacked out professionally, because the only trim level that gives you blacked out window sills would be the Sport L trim. All the others, including the chrome, including the touring, gives you chrome. Going in the trunk, it's a big trunk. It's pretty wide. You open it from here. It's not automatic, but it's got the hydraulics, so just, you know, it's one touch up. You have no button to shut it. You do have a grab handle, which I have my annoyance with. I wish it wasn't like a hook. It was more so like an insertion. So you shut it like that. I drive it as a daily. You could see my gym stuff there. You could see the space in there when it comes to how much you can fit in, right? So if we're talking about luggage, you got probably 2 regular size suitcases, a carry-on, and a duffel bag or a gym bag. All should be in one trip, no problem there. Underneath that, I ordered this from Amazon. This is not from Honda, but underneath this, you get no spare tire. You get a fixer flat kit, a funnel for your capless insertion of the fuel. Overall, nice, spacious car. And then this is how you would shut the trunk. Overall, pretty clean when it comes to the overview. Let's go around, and then we'll go back inside of the car to see what's going on the interior. Really, like I said, you don't buy the Accord for power or for taking it on the track. You buy this car for reliability and nice tech that it's offering you, right? Under the hood, what we're talking about when it comes to the engine, this particular one being hybrid, along with any other hybrid trims on the Accord, you get 204 horsepower, which is a combination of 147 Atkinson cycle and then 2 electric motors. One puts the power to the ground, the other one gives the power to the engine. Combine it, 204 horsepower there, along with 247 pound-feet of torque. Numbers don't matter when we're comparing about a daily car, especially being an Accord, but here it is. So there's that. By no means, this is a sports car. By no means you buy this to be cool. You buy this to drive on a daily basis, to go to work, come back home, go to your gym, go to Target, Walmart, wherever you want to go as your daily. So by no means, when I give you numbers or talk about the coolness of the car, I'm not comparing it to any sports car. I'm just comparing it to it being cool in the segment it comes with or under. So let's go on the inside. If you want to look at the wheels as I could pop it inside, these are 19 inches brushed aluminum there. Here, when we talk about what we get on the doors, pretty standard. You get sensory both in driver and passenger, obviously not in the back. And then you get the blind spot monitoring system on Touring as standard. All the other cars you gotta pay $550 for. Integrated turn signals, you only get that in Touring and EXL trim levels. Let's go inside. We're looking at the door panel here. Standard door panel, nothing crazy, just gives you a bunch of things. Soft, hard mix there. This is like leatherette. Then you've got some leather here. Soft here, probably fake leather, I believe. And then scratchy material down here. Controls, nothing crazy. I truly was wishing that this time around, Honda introduced power folding mirror, at least for the Accord in North American market, because they did for Pilot. And I don't know if the CR-V has it, but the Pilot does. And I know in other markets, Accord, especially in Japanese and Chinese markets, you get power folding on the highest trim, and you also get ambient lighting here. But then again, this is an Accord. I would have probably laughed if they gave ambient lighting here. But overall, not bad. It's a spacious interior. You've got a decent amount of space for obviously not just the driver, but the passengers too. Since this is a mid-size, it's not only driver-centric, it still gives you things for your passengers and what have you, and I'll get to those in just a bit. On the Touring, you get power-adjusted seats, driver and passenger both, with lumbar only for the driver. Hopping it back inside, you can see I've been driving, because I haven't vacuumed it since I've been driving it. Hopping on the inside, all Accords come standard with the same digital gauge cluster. Nothing impressive about it. Here's your power button there. Graphics could be better on that, to be honest. This is configurable to a point. Because this is touring, they wanted to make sure that you get something that others perhaps don't in the trim levels that are below the touring. So they gave things like, okay, you can configure what you see here. This particular one, being a touring, comes with Google Assist as standard, from which you get the Google Maps, obviously, and Amazon Alexa. Those are the two differentiating factors that you get when it comes to the infotainment system. Outside of it being coming with a Bose sound system and then heads-up display. Heads-up display, no comment. It's just a funny thing to me. They could have taken that away. That I'm speaking for myself here right now, right? They could have taken that away from me and the memory seat, since I'm the only one really driving, and gave me a power folding mirror. I would have been happier than I am right now. But overall, if we're talking about the interior, how it looks, clean. If you've been following cars, watching cars, you know this is very much like its sibling Honda Civic, right? So clean, nice. You've got manual stuff that needs to be manual. You've got a 12.3-inch infotainment screen that comes with a helper screen there too. If we go, let's say if my phone was connected, it would bring here. It's talking about Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both wireless. So nothing crazy, but nice, good feedback. It's pretty responsive. Otherwise, just a standard one with a big screen size. You get that as standard on all trims except LX and EX. Coming down below, we already covered that. There is a wireless charging pad. I don't use it. I have it turned off. Why? Because practically it has no grip when it comes to how the phone could actually sit there for even a 30-minute drive and charge properly without disconnecting. It slides off way too much, and you got to keep adjusting, so you might as well just plug it in and charge it if that's the case. Though it's not a complaint, it is just a analysis, which is why it's good to have it, but I don't use it. So I could use it for my like keys or something like that if I want to put there. Touring model comes with 3 stages of ventilated, 3 stages of heated. Awesome thing there when it comes to the different climate or weather you might be living in. Steering wheel, nothing crazy. You don't get the heated, which I kind of feel is fine, because the heated thing, you know, the button sits here, because I've seen it on a Pilot, kind of looks ugly to me, so that's totally fine. It's not there. Button controls on the steering, pretty standard. You've got your safety suite and your cruise control, all that on this side. Here is your media controls, things like that. You've got the regen braking, shifter paddles there, your typical indicator stock, your wiper stock there, rain sensing wipers. I was not used to that, so it's an annoyance of mine, but that's again me problem. All right, now looking at the center console in terms of what spaces we get. Pretty wide cup holders, which I think is a carryover for all the past generations of Honda, starting from like 2013 model year. They've been coming with a good size cup holder. Both are the same, and I do like the positioning of them. So if you rest your arm here and you rest your palm on the shift knob, none of your drinks will actually block that. Here you get 4 different modes. So you've got your sport, normal, individual, and your econ mode. If we go back here to look at those, I do, like I said before too, you don't buy this to feel sporty or drive like a sports car. But when you do put it in sport mode, it gives you the extra jolt. So you kind of do feel a little sporty if you want to. But then again, don't do it, because it's, you're not buying this for sports. Anyhow, coming back to this particular button, this is a funny one. This does not mean that when you hit this, the car goes in EV mode. This is not an action button, it is a notification button. What I mean by that really is, or a messenger type of thing. You hit that, it tells the car that you prefer that car drives in electric or on electric motors more than on a normal fuel type of thing. So it's that for that reason, not so much that when you hit that in, so it's just an EV mode. Kind of funny, but it's there. I don't use it. I probably will never use it. Your parking brake, your brake hold. Padded, obviously, because it's leather overall. I added this from Amazon. It does not come with it. Very useful. I put a toilet paper to showcase the depth of it, so a decent size. Then you've got your glove compartment there. I'm not going to go into it because nobody really accesses glove compartments these days. At least I don't. Coming up here, Honda no longer has the Honda Link. So you've got your sunglasses or glasses holder there, and then you've got the SOS, and then you've got the typical things there along with the mirror there. And then if we go here, you only get the auto dimming of the mirror, nothing when it comes to home link. This is where the Toyota Camry still fights back because it gives you the 2020, the home link in there, but it's due for a redesign. So let's see what Honda does. I have a feeling or what Toyota does. I have a feeling that it will take some inspiration from the Toyota Crown, which, by the way, I don't like how it looks, at least. All right, hopping off from the front, going into the back. What do we get on the back doors? We get heated seats. Like I said, this is not only driver-centric cars, so your passengers still will get something extra that you might not get in other trim levels. Decent-sized cup holders there, lots and lots of space. The seat is seated for my height, which is 5'9". If I sit right behind myself, I have plenty of room. Like, this is just obnoxious amount of room. It just kind of looks odd with the space that it has. A good thing. This is the overall look. Quality, there are some things I gotta talk about when it comes to quality, right? So, like, maybe somebody sat in the back like twice or thrice at most when I gave either my family or somebody else the ride when it comes to how the car feels, right? This is what happened. Like this is now going back to normalcy. So, like, kind of bummed. I do remember that some of the Accords had the quality issue where you push that and you can hear the sheet behind it. Luckily, I didn't get that, but I got this. So, but since I'm not sitting in the back, I'm not too worried about it. You get 2 cup holders here. You don't have through loading. You just get the 60-40 split there. Typical on both sides, you get the heated seats. On EXL and on touring models, you get the rear vents for the rear passengers along with the USB-Cs in the back for charging. Otherwise, no trim level will give you that. Matte pocket here, no pocket there. Typical headliner with a typical roof. Both drivers and passenger sides of the car get a LED lights there. If we go here, I don't know if this is a quality issue or what have you, but this is how the roof kind of looks like where the sunroof sits. It could just be what it is. One other thing I want to showcase when it comes to the quality, look at that. It's white paint, so you could see it a little more, I believe, but these are the things that I wasn't expecting to see in a Honda. This is more like a Nissan Sentra type of thing, right? You're buying a car that's for like $22,000, sure. But, and I'm not zonking anyone's car really, I'm just zonking Honda's quality when it comes to what it's giving you, right? So overall speaking, what is my verdict on the car? If you're in the market, like I said, for an ever so dying segment of a sedan, if you're a fanboy of an Accord like myself, or if you still think a Daily should be a sedan, I think you should shortlist this car along with any other car you're looking at. You get the reliability, you get the nice looks, truly. You also get a decent amount of tech inside the car for whatever trim level you go with. If you're going with LX, $28,000, compare that with any other model for that price and see what you get, what you're getting for that, and then make your decision based on that. Comparing this one with anything else in $40,000 price point, excluding taxes, excluding accessories, I don't think I could have found something that was better than this car. A few drawbacks after driving it a little bit. Sometimes it makes a lot more noise than I would expect it to be as a hybrid, like you hear it right now too. Second, when you try to, let's say, do a pickup, you're changing lanes, or if there is a slow driver ahead of you, you're trying to, just like rev and then go not to 60. I did in this car. I was clocking in at about 6.6 seconds. Not bad. 6.4, I'd say, was decent. So obviously this is not like the outgoing gen where we had the 10-speed automatic 2.0 turbo, which I believe the numbers were 5.3 seconds and not crazy off. But again, eCVT versus a 10-speed automatic, night and day difference in terms of how the car feels, right? So no comparison there. I'm not saying this one's any better than the outgoing 10-speed 2.0 turbo. If that was an offering, I would have gone with that one. But then again, like I said, I didn't buy this to be sporty. I didn't buy this to show off. I didn't buy this to make an Accord appear a sports car, but in fact wanted to break the style of showcasing that you can still buy an Accord and feel good about the car you drive if you're in the market for something that is under 50,000 with taxes, with extra things. Oh, by the way, my car has ceramic coating on it too. So when I got the tints done, I had the ceramic coating done. Let's talk about numbers, or let's talk about what the car was in the ballpark for me. MSRP of the Touring starts at around $38,980, so just a tick under $39,000. You add taxes wherever you live, or if you go with same accessories that I added on, what have you, you're looking at somewhere around $46,000, give or take. 45 to 47 should be the ballpark, depending on if you get no dealer discounts, depending on you living in a very high tax county, namely Cook County of Chicago. You would be taxed high there, and then all the other things that you add, the car will still be under 50,000. Take that money, compare it with any other options you have, not only the upfront cost of the car, but also if you plan on keeping the car for at least 7 to 8 years. Time goes by fast, right? So if you are planning to keep that, compare the cost to ownership. So if you're financing it, figure out how much interest rate you're getting on what car and how much is going to come out to be at the end, along with the expenses, whether it's the maintenance of it or once it's out of warranty, the expenses you got to bring in. So compare all that, because for me, if I'm speaking for myself, I got a family to support, not just to impress myself or impress others around me. So didn't want to break the bank there, but everybody has different priorities, different opinions on cars and what they like versus what they not like. I wanted a stress-free brand new car, so I went ahead with this one. Truly, I don't think I will have a stress for the next 8 years at least, because I graduated from another 8-year-old Accord that I bought in 2016 and kept it for that long. My car's been running the entire time. I'm going to close this video off, but one thing I want to tell you guys, if you are in the Chicagoland area and looking at any Hondas or wanting to look at any Hondas, go check out McGrath Honda of St. Charles, which is where I bought this car. Great people. They will hook you up with something. They have great and good inventory, so you can probably drive off with something the day you walk in. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I'll continue to bring reviews to you folks, be it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, what have you, as I find cars brand new or used with ownership experience. Would appreciate all your love, your feedback, your comments, your criticism, so I can make it better. I can bring better content to you. Would truly appreciate if you've made it this far. Again, I truly appreciate you watching this video. I hope you like my car. I also hope you like my video, and I also truly appreciate everybody that does videos on YouTube for any content. These are not easy things to make. It took me a lot of tries to get my video right, so hopefully you folks will appreciate that. Again, everybody, thank you very much. See you in a later video. Thank you. Take care.